Okay, so here we are back at my Etsy shop on my Pinterest, and today is May 26, 2021. I just wanted to go over some of the things that I'm going to do today for also a super moon, and early this morning was a lunar eclipse. And so that is time for release and new beginnings all at the same time. So today I'm going to show you, I think we'll do a money bowl, and I wanted to show how to remove some negative energies. So let's go into my law of attraction board. And so today I have it all set up, so after I go over it on here, I'll show you my moon water that I just made. And I don't always make moon water because sometimes I don't feel like the frequencies of the moon are in tune with me, so I don't put any water or crystals out during the moon. But last night I felt like the energies were so beautiful, so high, and almost like when there's an eclipse with the moon, it's almost like we get a little tiny break from the frequencies. And I do feel like we're going into some really positive times. So that was sort of like a start point on the clock of the universe for some new beginnings. And so this one here, I'm very eclectic. I like to kind of study a lot of different things like Feng Shui practices. I look into yoga practices. I look into all sorts of different beliefs. And so the one thing that I have noticed is I kind of pick and choose from the things that I study of what I like intuitively. So Feng Shui has a lot of different rules to it. So I start to feel like a little OCD kicking in if I'm starting to practice Feng Shui. And so I have learned to back off on it and just take what I like from it and make it my own and follow my own intuition. So if you wanted to learn more, you could go into my board, my Law of Attraction board, and I love this person that I follow, Feng Shui Tips, Peace, Love, Feng Shui, and she has a whole bunch of neat things that you can pick and choose your own ideas, or you can go into you just hit read it and it goes right to her page. It shows you exactly what to do. There's a lot to it because you have to put things in certain areas in your home. But I just take, like I said, like the things that I think are magical for me, and I do it my own way. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today is a money bowl. And this is a really good one too, removing negative energy with salt water. Himalayan sea salt water, I've talked about it before, my Soleil water. And I charged some up last night with the moon as well. One of the things you can do with your Soleil water is make this remover of negative energy. And so basically you would use the Feng Shui coins, which I do not have, but I have little brass beads and pieces that I make bracelets out of. So I'm going to put some of the brass, and brass is another very magical material here on Earth. I use it for a lot of beauty things. And so clearing negative energy, the conductivity of it with the water and the salt mixed together makes a very powerful formation. So you just put that in a bowl in a spot. If you're going to follow the Feng Shui way, it would be in a certain spot. But they do say if you can't decide where you need to put it, you can just stick it in the most used area of your home to absorb up those energies. So you can go into here and read a little bit more about it if you wanted to. And I have a lot of other good things like I have not gone over. I'll touch a little bit on each video about one of my favorite law of attraction things. But vision boards, I think I have something in here about it. This is about visualization, manifestation. But today I wanted to show you that I created my own vision board here on Pinterest, which is another reason why I really love Pinterest, because I'm such a visual person, I can just kind of come in here. I use this like a journal, like I said, and I come in here every day, look at what daily energies I want to pull from. If I need to look up a healing or herbal remedy in my empath and protection board, I just go into here. But I do like to check this one every day, and that is my vision board that I created in my Pinterest. So this one just kind of shows some little things that I like to read that makes me feel happy and in a high vibration, that I really, it seems like I connect to these colors. And another thing this morning, because I put a lot of crystals and everything outside. I didn't want the sun to hit them because I was trying to get the moon energies. And I also wanted to see if I could see the blood moon, but I didn't have a good vision of it last night. But when I went to lay back down, my third eye was super activated, and I was seeing colors I've never seen before. I was seeing patterns. It was like dancing around in my third eye. And so the colors were like a turquoise, but I can't really explain it. It was neon, just beautiful colors. And they were mixing together and dancing, and no, I'm not on drugs either. I've just been really doing some activations with my third eye. I'll take monatomic gold, and there's different teas that I'll talk about a little bit later. But what I saw it was so beautiful, and right when I woke up, I kept thinking of the new earth and like new beginnings, and those colors just wouldn't leave my head. And so I have to make some bracelets that match and correlate the crystals to keep that energy on me at all times. I just have really been feeling like these beautiful turquoise and light blues. And then towards the end of it, I saw like a light magenta, almost like the soul chakra colors. But it was neon. I can't even explain how beautiful it was. But anyway, so in my vision board, I put things that I want to create. And so an art studio is one of the things that is really, really big for me. I think it'll be a game changer for me. And like a little healing center where I can put up all my orgonite and my mom's soaps and things. And so I just copy my favorite pictures that help me visualize it. And like I said on my last video, it doesn't matter how many doodads you get or magical crystals or magical herbs and all that stuff. They each hold their own frequency and essence that helps to enhance yours. But your intention is the most powerful of it all. And the reason why I combine these things together is just really to get my own intentions, my own imagination flowing and to charge it up. So always remember that your thoughts and your mind, your frequency is what creates your life. And so this really gets my head back into the game, what I want to create. And so these are just certain things that I want in my life. And I picture my whole family in harmony around these places. And that to me will just be so magical and beautiful. And so that's just another good idea for law of attraction things, is to create your own board in Pinterest. You could also do it, you can do little cutouts of magazines. I know a lot of people don't have magazines anymore, but you could print pictures out like from Pinterest and create this big board that you look at in the morning right when you wake up before you go to bed. The more you have these things in your head, the more that frequency is going to be attracted to you. And that's how things are created. Also, I wanted to talk about daily energy vibes. Where did you go? Okay. Here are some good things to look at. Some of these talk about new moon, full moon. This one is a sacred ritual that I really enjoyed her mantras that she has here. And she just talks about, you should really go here and go to her page and look at her. She calls it a ritual. I call it ceremony. Every time I tap in, I call them ceremonies. And so it says, See if I can make it bigger here. I am a being of love and light. Under the power of the moon, my cares and worries are set free into the night sky. I ask that they are transmuted with love into heavenly energy. Free from their weight, I feel liberated and radiant. I sparkle from within and feel a deep connection to the universe. I am nourished with goodness. I send cosmic showers of love to all of mankind and Mother Earth. I am a being of love and light. And then I always say harmony, namaste. And you can repeat that 3 times. Sometimes I make up my own little mantras. With when I'm doing a ceremony with a new moon or full moon. And then on the weekend, I'm going to make another video talking about the Schumann resonance and how the brain waves are linked and connected to solar activity. And of course, I always save Ascension Diaries information. Her channel is the best, really explaining what the Schumann resonance is. And today we're supposed to get a huge, we had a lot of CMEs and solar flares from the sun a couple days ago. It usually takes like 3 to 4 days to hit Earth. And I believe we get, because our brain waves are linked to the frequency of the Earth, I believe that we go into a higher connection with the ethers from the sun's plasma. It's charging up the ethers, and so we're connecting to that. And so I always get like tons of downloads. I feel like I'm drinking a lot of coffee, so I definitely notice it. But when there's a flare, it only takes about 8 minutes to hit the Earth. So we did have a couple of flares, and also several CMEs. I heard one day it was like 6 of them, not all Earth facing. So I'll get into that though on the weekend, because when I do my money bowl, I'm going to show you the bowl that I'm actually going to do a DIY on, of how I like to do paint with my own mica paint that I mix. And today we're not going to do all that. I'm just going to show you the money bowl. And then on the weekend, I'll show you how to paint it. And maybe I'll do a bracelet DIY, because I want to get that one done with the colors that were in my pineal gland. And let's see here. That's what else I wanted to show you, was on a full moon, when I do a ceremony, I love to do, I talked about this before also, the oponopono chant or mantra, and that is in my empath. Oops, I have a couple duplicates saved here. I must have really liked that bag. Okay, where is Ho'oponopono? Right, oh, here's one. I have a couple of these saved, but this one just talks about what Ho'oponopono means. And when I do my ceremony, I do have a drum to get some binaural beats going. Just gets my brain in the mode, and then I sing Ho'oponopono. Whatever melody comes to me with the song, I sing it. And it just means I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. And so that releases a lot of negative energy that you hold on to, any guilt around anything. You just picture the person, even if they're not alive anymore, etherically, picture them, picture cutting negative cords and sing this song, and it releases. This is such a magical frequency. I don't have the best singing voice, but I'll kind of see if I can show you one of the chants that I do. Let's see. Ho'oponopono, 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 I'm so sorry. I love you, please forgive me. I thank you, Ho'oponopono, 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 Ho'oponopono. And I probably heard that somewhere, because I have in my YouTube, I have a board that I created of connection to the elements. And so I do have a lot of Native American songs that are about the elements, and also some Hawaiian songs. I like to connect to both of those. I really do feel like I am a Lumerian starseed because I connect to all of those sorts of energies that are tied into, like even my orgonite that I make has sort of a Lumerian flair to it, and I have a lot of memories and dreams of times that seem to be Lumerian times. And so this kind of taps me into that. So I'm going to cut it right here, and then I'm going to make my phone stationary and then show you my charged water, my money bowl, and yeah, I think that's it. Here's some little things I created for my little stories. I forgot to hit that. When I was talking, I was going to show that. I was trying to be clever, and then I forgot. But I think I said everything I wanted to say. And so, yeah, let me get over to my little desk. There's just a little clip of it. Okay, so these are some of the crystals that I charged under the moon last night, and I've really been pulled to, and I usually am on moon phases, like a full moon phase is calcite, and this one is a very calming and soothing stone. It's so soft when you touch it, and that is kind of what the energy is. One time, a couple years ago, I got really sick, and I had a couple of crystals at the head of my bed, and it was like a couple days of sickness, and I was dreaming the whole time I was sick that these crystals were pulling out energies, and I saw visions of the colors coming out of my body into the crystal, and I thought, like, afterwards I thought that was weird. And it was funny though, because I realized that each time that I switched from the head of the bed to the foot of the bed, I didn't even realize I was rolling around like this, but I realized that I was dreaming of the energies coming out of my head when my head was at the front of the bed, and then from my feet I was dreaming it, and then I realized I woke up, I was like, oh, my feet are pointing towards these crystals. So it was really crazy. That is one of my favorite ones. This is a jar that I've made before, a money jar, and it has a big hunk of pyrite on top. That's a really good crystal for bringing in abundance. And I've had this jar for a little while. The trick to money bowls and jars is that you want to keep adding energy to it. You don't want the energy to ever be stagnant. And this has kind of filled up to the top. And I feel like I needed to make a new bowl for new energy, new opportunities to come in. And so each time you add to the jar or the bowl, this is the bowl that I'm going to be putting it in, and I'm going to do a DIY on painting this bowl, and these I will sell on my Etsy when I get them done. But it's in that octagon shape, the same as my charging plates, and it fits perfectly inside this bowl. So I keep the charging plate at the bottom, and then I add all of my items that are in this jar and keep adding and adding to it. Yeah, you can see that, I hope. And I did want to show you some of the crystals I charged. I don't charge all of my crystals because I have so many. So I just grab the ones, I follow my intuition and grab the ones that I feel like I need to charge up. Definitely my jar of black tourmaline and shungite has been charging, but I wanted to show you the ones we're adding to this money bowl. And so here is a little citrine. That's a good one for bringing in money. And I always use turbo shells and everything because I love that flow of that Fibonacci spiral. And honey calcite, that's another one. These are kind of like the colors that I was seeing in my third eye, were yellows and turquoise, but neon. Oh, that is strange. So these are little magnets I use for my crystal grid, and it sticks to my tiger's eye. I didn't know tiger's eye was magnetic. Wow, that is super cool. And that makes sense. It's just the bottom, it's magnetic. That makes sense why tiger's eye is a good stone to use for manifestation, for pulling in energy, because it's magnetic. Well, now I got to do some more research on this little guy. I just discovered that. Wow. Okay. I think I need to lift the light up a tiny bit here. That is so cool. You can kind of see how it glows like the sun. Okay, sorry, I'm just kind of in awe right now. So magnets are another thing I use. Look at that. So that must be the, okay, sorry. Here's another honey calcite, bigger chunk. And I charged this little guy up. And maybe this is why I was having these dreams, because well, they weren't dreams. They were shapes and formations in my pineal gland, but I don't know if you could see the little rainbow that you get in the middle of this crystal. This is one of my favorite crystals. It's an amethyst, but it's a super light one, but it has rainbows inside of it. So that's going to be, I'm kind of calling this a new earth bowl, not only money bowl. And so I'll show you, this is my moon water that I charged. And I have a rainbow fluorite jar. Shoot, I don't think my lighting's that good. You can't really see the colors in it, but rainbow fluorite has these beautiful purples and turquoise and like sky blue colors. And so I charged this up with the moon and used this water throughout, up until the new moon, with a whole bunch of different things that I'll show you. Jade is a really good crystal. And so with the bowl, you want to add, even if it's like costume jewelry, anything that really makes you think of luxury. I know costume jewelry is not really luxury, but this piece here makes me think of gold. And it also has a bee on it, and bees are abundant to me. So I'll be putting this little charm in here, in the bowl. I have a little one. And I add my bee pollen. And then you want to, I have a few special coins that I save, and so I keep those in my money jar, but you always want to add in just whatever changes in your purse. Roll up some money, stick it in the jar. I have even $1 from the Cayman Islands rolled up around this money jar. That it's a rice jar, so I made the rice green. And these dollar bills are so cool because, here, let me take it off. There's a turtle inside when you hold it up to the light. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it shows a turtle inside the dollar. So my best friend Tara gave me this because she's from the Cayman Islands. And so that's a magical to me. It was given to me, and it's just so beautiful. It reminds me of Lumeria. And so then I usually add a little piece of frankincense. I burn it first, put that in my money bowl. What else do we got here? Oh yeah, I'm gonna add, sometimes I use one of these singing bowls as a money bowl too, because this is brass and that has a lot of good conductive energy. See, I charged up my hagstone in the moon and a couple of amethysts. I'm not going to add this to the bowl, but these are some of the crystal babies that were charged with the moon. And I have another rainbow fluorite with my beautiful turquoise and purples. I don't know if you can see it, but when you hold it up to the sun, it's so beautiful. I love it when rainbows are captured inside of crystals. Here's another rainbow fluorite. That is one of my favorites, but I say that with all my crystals. Okay, let's see. Oh, I wanted to show you too. This is another little money jar I made. So it has the evil eye symbol on it. You can put symbols in it. You can do, like I put my mica powders in here and my 24 karat gold, monatomic gold. I usually sprinkle that in my bowl or my little money jars. And you want to roll up a little note, like, here's one that I keep that I rolled up, and I even put old bank statements in my bowl, and then I write the amount that I see that I want to have in my account, and I kissed it with my lipstick to add some of my DNA on there too. And so turquoise is another good one to pull in for wealth and abundance. And I make, oh, you know, I make organite pieces. If you've seen my channel before, this is a good little abundance piece. I'll have these up on my Etsy soon. I keep saying that, but I feel like I want to post a whole bunch of things at once. And then I have a whole bunch of herbs in here. That's what I wanted to also go over is, I showed you on my other video how I put herbs in my medicine bag. And usually if I have usually a high vibe one and a calm down one. And so we wanted to have a high vibe herb in here. And I use the exact same herbs that I magically charge up with my intention for my teas. I make yerba mates. And this one has like high energy caffeine, green tea, what else? It has hibiscus in it. And I want to say, yeah, I see chamomile in there. I know that chamomile is a calming down herb, but it actually correlates with the sun. So I went over that in my last video too. And then Witchy Vibes sent me this other, this is another evil eye symbol. So it keeps negativity away. So I want to put that in my medicine bowl. She just mentioned me on her Instagram. I mixed Instagram and Pinterest. Because I sent her some little goodies, so you should go check her out. Let's see. What else do I want to add? I think that's good for now, and then as I go throughout the next couple of weeks until the new moon, I'm also going to do a little detox. And of course, I use my Soleil water with the pink Himalayan sea salt. That's on my my Pinterest, the recipe of that and how to use it. And I'm gonna do, this probably looks super disgusting, but I'm gonna do a detox using, this is olive oil and lemon and honey. And so I'm gonna do a teaspoon of that every single day. And that I charged under the moon as well. Let's see, I really wanna probably add one of my pieces of organite. Oh, here we go. This is a good one for money. Ah. We got some gold in here and some greens, some blue kyanite, and it's also in a pyramid shape. So that's going to bring that point at the top and draw the energy up. And so let me just show you last. I'll show you. So this is the tea that I like to use. I like to do a little sacred tea before ceremony, and also don't forget your sage or Palo Santo. Or you can sprinkle pink Himalayan sea salt or any salt around the area you're working. Repels and absorbs negative energy. And this little jar has what are these little guys called? Chia seeds in it. And so I add that to my magical moon water in the mornings and drink that part of my detox. But this tea is lion's mane tea. So this one is if you really want to get your if your mind is really wanting to pull in some downloads, this tea will really help bring them in, but in a more not scattered way. And if I really need to calm down, I'm anxious, I drink this little CBD one. Good for the nerves. Or if I want to have some really good, I did not take this mugwort last night, by the way, but this does help with a lot of pineal gland activity and with sleep and restlessness. So mugwort. I think I went over everything here. Cool. Put my little turbo, nah. I can't go without my little turbo shell on top. There we go. Oh, hold on a minute. Here, I think I showed most of these beads in my last video, but it was so windy because I was outside. And I don't know if my lighting's even good right now for you to see, but we have rutilated quartz. That is another really good crystal. I'm going to add that in my bracelet, and I'll probably do the DIY on that this weekend. And the Amazonite, we got Larimar, so I'm going to add that to my bracelet, but we'll go over that, yeah, on the weekend. Okay. All right, cool talking to you guys. I'll see you on the weekend. Bye-bye.